What's up, everybody? In this video, I want to talk about the Canon announcement today, which is the latest in the Powershot lineup, the Canon G9X Mark II, which is the successor to the original G9X, which I did a review on about a year ago, and I've used pretty extensively, and I actually really like this camera. It's a wonderful compact. I think for something in the $500-ish range that fits in your pocket that you can carry with you, there's a lot to be excited about with the original G9X, so I was very excited about this announcement. I immediately went online, started searching to find out what was new, and it's actually kind of hard to tell what's new. So upon further digging, they look a lot alike. They both are 20 megapixel sensor cameras that shoot HD video. They feature a touchscreen. They're small. They fit in your pocket. One's more expensive than the other, but what has changed? And upon further digging, I did find that they have upgraded the processor from the original, from the Digic 6 processor to the Digic 7 processor. And so this means a couple things that you're going to get feature-wise. In terms of burst rate shooting, it goes from 6 frames a second on the original up to 8 frames a second on the Mark II. And I'll come back and talk about that in a minute. I'm going to put an asterisk by that because I think that is kind of a sticking point. The other additional features that you're going to see on the Mark II is it does feature an improved image stabilization, which is also interesting, as well as a time-lapse mode. Now, I don't really feel the need to shoot time-lapse on these cameras, but some people like to do that, and if that is you, you might consider this. In terms of IS performance, image stabilization, the 9X was very impressive. In fact, I think a lot of the cameras in the Powershot lineup, the 9X, the 5X, featured some of the best image stabilization that I've used on any camera. I mean, I think that they are on par, personal opinion here, but I think they're on par with some of the stuff that Panasonic has done with the 5-axis image stabilization. So that hadn't really been an issue, but if it's going to be improved, I'm really excited to see what they've added onto the Mark II version of this. Now, I do want to talk about burst rate because that actually is very important. Let me be honest with you, and I've used this camera a lot for not only video, but also stills. It's not a speed demon. And the reason it's not, and I don't care how many frames a second it shoots, it could shoot 24 frames a second, but the problem is the performance that you get out of this camera. And right now, all we have are specs on the G9X Mark II, so I don't really know. I haven't had a chance to play with one. But what I'm hoping has been improved on, and this will be a bigger deal than those extra 2 frames a second that you get, is this. Essentially, it's a mirrorless camera. I mean, you can't interchange the lens on it, but it is essentially behaves like a mirrorless camera in that there is no mirror. So everything is displayed on the OLED viewfinder on the back. And so when you were shooting in, doesn't matter what mode, single mode or continuous speed shooting, you have blackout, which means basically once you click the shutter, the screen blacks out until it figures it out, writes it to the card, and then it comes back on. So when you're shooting in continuous shooting mode, it's really very frustrating because you're seeing the shots as they're kind of coming. It's just very weird. So blackout is really one of the big Achilles heels of the G9X. Now, if they have improved that in the G9X Mark II, that is what I'm interested in because that could be a huge game changer in just general performance of this camera and what you can do with it. So anyway, I kind of wish there was more to it than that, but those are the added features. I know that Canon will get some criticism, and most of you guys know, if you've watched the show for a while, that I love Canon. I've used Canon stuff over the years, not just the Powershot lineup, which I love because they're so portable. I've used the 5D series. There's a lot of cameras. I've used the 80D, the 70D, and I really do love Canon, and I really want them to knock it out of the park with a camera announcement at some point. On that note, though, if you're considering that there is a higher price tag for just a couple features, another way you can look at it is the original G9X is still a great camera, and I'll link up to my review in here somewhere if you're interested in seeing that. And it's probably going to be a little bit cheaper. So now would be the time to actually save some money and you can go with the original. So that's one way of looking at it. I know with the 7X, you can still buy the original 7X in as well as the 7X Mark II. So that's one thing to think about. So I would be interested in hearing your thoughts on this as well. Are you interested in compact cameras? Is that still a thing that you feel like you have a place for in your life for shooting photography? And so leave me a comment below. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, share it, and subscribe to The Art of Photography. So you'll always be up to date on all the latest and greatest. Until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Later.